What's up, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with your free Major League Baseball home run prop show for Saturday, June 17th, 2023. And just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. It helps us out a ton. Now, we will get into the home run prop action momentarily. Had a bit of a rougher day on Friday, but that's fine. These days happen. It's just a reminder that these plays are very high risk, high reward. I don't recommend dumping your whole bankroll into these plays, as, like I said, they're just for some fun on the side. They're just for some pizza or some coffee money, just to sprinkle a couple bucks on for some side action. But I recommend you play whatever picks you choose from this show straight, just as single bets. You don't have to play every single play that I give out here. These are just the angles that I'm looking at, the games and the players that I'll probably have a couple of bucks on Saturday. But I know a lot of people like to do parlays with these home run props. So if you're gonna parlay anything, any parlay that's 3 legs or more, I recommend doing a round robin if it's within your means. It covers you off in case 1 leg or more goes awry, depending on how many legs you're putting in the parlay. But basically, how many times have all of us had that 1 leg of the parlay that's not come through, and unfortunately, it's did us in, and we don't get paid. But at least you have the round robin. If you do that, you still get paid if one of the legs is off or more. Like I said, depending on how many legs you play. So if it's within your means, I recommend a round robin. But if you are looking for the games that I am the most confident in, the games that I do love the most, you can head on over to pickdawgz.com, click the premium picks tab at the top of the page. You can find them there. That includes my daily $19 best bet. We've got one on the board for Saturday that I really love, so make sure you go on over and check it out. But let's take a look at the plays that we did hit on Friday. Had a couple of the leans come through for us. I was leaning towards Kyle Schwarber. He came through, as did Eddie Rosario. The one that we gave out as an official play that came through for us, though, was JT Realmuto. Came through for us at plus 430. And now we've got to see if he's going to be able to do it again. Homers in 3 of his last 5 games. Maybe he can come through for us. We'll have to see how that goes. But before we get into the home run props for Saturday, just a reminder, I love interacting with you guys, love seeing the plays that you guys have on the board on Saturday. So make sure you drop them in the comment section below, and also let me know, do you like the angles that I took on some of these games? Do you not like the angles? Let's talk about it. But if you're going to drop those plays in there, I implore everyone to do it before the games start. If they're not in there before the games start, they don't help anybody. And we're here to beat the books as a team, one goal. And that goal every single day is to make the books pay us and pay us big and to hit them where it hurts. But let's get into the home run prop action for Saturday. We're going to start here. No action on the 2 o'clock games. Couldn't find any meat on the bone here, and it's, as much as I love to try to get these videos out, sometimes I gotta wait for the late information if some of these guys are gonna play or not. And we've also seen late pitching moves, and sometimes I gotta wait for prices as well for them. So apologies that it is coming out a little bit late, but again, we're still going to give you enough time to get these 4 o'clock games in, as well as a lot of primetime action as well. Start things off with Bo Bichette in this matchup between the Blue Jays and the Rangers. Bichette's going off at plus 550. Dane Dunning, he started to regress in some of his recent outings, giving up 4 runs in back-to-back starts, and he may be in tough here against the Blue Jays. Bo Bichette hitting .500 in his career against Dunning with 3 home runs, so I'm going to take Bo Bichette at plus 550. Also going to look at Corey Seager. Switch dugouts here. Go to the Rangers. Corey Seager at plus 350. I'm anticipating a bullpen game here for Toronto, and if that's the case, I think that Seager is a live bat. Regardless of right or left-handed pitching he's been up against, he's hitting .393 at the plate with 3 home runs in the last week overall. Still leads the Rangers in barrel rate at 19.7%. So give me Corey Seager for a home run at plus 350. Also going to look at Leody Taveras at plus 750. He homered again on Friday. He's a hot bat right now for the Rangers with 3 home runs and a .320 batting average in the last week. So give me Leody Taveras at plus 750. Also going to look at a standalone play for the Marlins against the Nationals. Going to go with Jorge Soler at plus 280. I'm going back to him here. He's worth a look considering he's still hitting .471 with 3 home runs against right-handed pitching in the last week. Jake Irvin, in my opinion, has been the most unreliable starter in Washington's rotation. He's allowed 4 home runs in his last 4 starts, as well as an 8.2% barrel rate. Soler still leading Miami with an 18.3% barrel rate this season. So give me Jorge Soler at plus 280. I also lean towards Luis Arraez. I might put a buck or two on Arraez in every game just because the dude's hitting left and right. He's chasing 400. We always get these high value prices with Arraez, mainly because he always hits for contact. Never really for power, but we saw with Friday's homer, while it was just his second of the season, he's got some power in that bat, and he's more than capable of taking 1 yard. So I would look at Luis Arraez. Saturday alone, we're getting him at plus 700. So maybe I would take a look at Luis Arraez as well. I'm also going to look at Stone Garrett for the Nationals here at plus 450. Take a shot on Garrett here. I like Braxton Garrett. Nothing like a little Garrett versus Garrett matchup to get the blood going. But Stone Garrett, he's hit lefties well in June. A 385 batting average with a pair of home runs. Braxton Garrett allowing a 9.2% barrel rate on the mound this season. So give me Stone Garrett for a home run at plus 450. I'm also going to look at a couple of Phillies here against the Oakland A's. I'm going to go with Bryson Stott for a home run at plus 800. I think this is supreme value. He's hitting 455 with a pair of home runs and 5 extra base hits in the last week against right-handed pitching. James Caprillion starts for the A's. He's allowed a home run in 4 of his last 5 home starts. We always seem to get decent value with Bryson Stott, so this is going to be no different. I'm going to take Stott for a home run at plus 800. I'm also going to look at Kyle Schwarber at plus 220. Not the greatest price on Schwarber, but I'm just not a fan of James Caprillion. And Schwarber has a tendency to feast on bad pitching. So I'm going to take Kyle Schwarber for a home run at plus 220. I'm also going to look at this match between the Mets and the Cardinals. I'm going to go with Tommy Pham for a home run here at plus 540. This is just a matchup play for me here. Pham hitting 438 with a home run and 3 extra base hits in his career against Adam Wainwright, who has struggled for much of the season. And Pham has been involved, and he's had a bunch of multi-hit games lately with extra base hits as well. I think a home run could be in order here, so I'm going to take Tommy Pham for a home run at plus 540. I'm also going to look at Starling Marte for the Mets at plus 540 as well. Great at making contact. Has 5 extra base hits with a pair of home runs in his career against Adam Wainwright. So give me Starling Marte for a home run at plus 540. Also going to look at Nolan Arenado at plus 450. Now I'm not really relying on St. Louis for much of offense right now, and Kodai Senga has been at his best at home, but Arenado still hitting 375 with a pair of home runs against righties in the last week. So I'm going to take Nolan Arenado for a home run at plus 450. Let's look at some Pittsburgh Pirates here. I'm going to look at the Pirates and Brian Hayes at plus 700, hitting 438 with a home run in June against left-handed pitching. Now, Wade Miley making his first start back in the rotation in over a month. Also has a 10.3% barrel rate allowed this season. I like the value on Brian Hayes here, so give me Brian Hayes at plus 700. I'm also going to look at Rodolfo Castro at plus 540, hitting 4 for 7 in his career against Miley. Also hitting 308 with a home run against lefties in June. So I'm going to take Rodolfo Castro for a home run at plus 540. And also for the Pirates, I'm going to look at Carlos Santana at plus 600. He has a team best 1374 OPS against Wade Miley in his career, batting 500 with a home run and a double. Hasn't been stellar in June against lefties, but I still like the matchup here for Carlos Santana at plus 600. I'm also going to lean for the Brewers towards Willy Adames and Joey Wiemer as the only Brewers I really like against righties at the moment. Adames has decent career numbers against Mitch Keller, and Joey Wiemer has a pair of home runs in June against righties. So I'd look towards Willy Adames or Joey Wiemer if you're looking at the Brewers in that one. I'm also going to look at Ryan McMahon for a home run at plus 420. I think the power is starting to come back from McMahon. He has 3 extra base hits and a 296 batting average against righties in the last 2 weeks. Bryce Elder getting the start for Atlanta. He's been solid, but he's allowed 4 home runs in his last 4 starts, all of those coming at home, and he has been allowing a lot of hard contact. Now, McMahon leads the Rockies in exit velocity and hard hit percentage, as well as logging a 13.9% barrel rate. So I'm going to take a shot here on Ryan McMahon at plus 420. I'm also going to look at Nolan Jones at plus 480. Has a 15.9% barrel rate this season, 429 batting average in the last 2 weeks against righties with 4 extra base hits, including a pair of home runs. So give me Nolan Jones at plus 480. And once again, I think this is a catalog spot for the Braves where a case can be made across the board. A lot of Braves are crushing right-handed pitching in the last 2 weeks. Eddie Rosario, Ronald Acuna Jr., Travis d'Arnaud all have 3 home runs against righties in the last 2 weeks. Ozzie Albies even has 4. Michael Harris II, has a pair of home runs with a 359 batting average against righties. So I think this is a great spot for some Braves to maybe cash. So those are some of the names I would look at. Probably named half the batting order today, but again, that's just how much I like the Braves in this spot against Connor Siebold. We'll get back into it with Shohei Ohtani at Let me see here. Where is Ohtani? There he is, plus 250. Not a great price on Ohtani, but I'm starting to wonder if this is what we're going to start to see with him, because he has been arguably the hottest hitter in baseball. At least one of them. He's hitting 500 with 4 homers and 10 extra base hits in the last 2 weeks against right-handed pitching. It looks to me like KC is sending out Mike Mayers for the start here. It doesn't look like a bullpen game to me. It looks like Myers is going to eat up some innings. Myers, I don't know. Myers are going to eat up some innings here. I think Shohei Ohtani gets to him, eats him for lunch. I'm going to go with Shohei Ohtani. I also like Mickey Moniak if he ends up playing here, if you can find a price on him, hitting .391 with a pair of home runs and 5 extra base hits in total against righties in the last 2 weeks. So, again, if you can find Mickey Moniak, I think he is definitely worth a look here. Also going to look at Elly De La Cruz for the Reds here at plus 540. He has cooled off since his hot start. He did get a rest day on Friday, but I like the bounce back spot for De La Cruz here. Brandon Bielak getting the start for the Houston Astros. One of the worst pitchers in baseball in terms of hard contact allowed. Also hitting for a 14.7% barrel rate this season. Has allowed 8 home runs in his last 9 starts. So give me Elly De La Cruz for a home run at plus 540. Also going to look at Tyler Stevenson for a home run at plus 850. I think this is some great value as well. Homered on Friday. I like him to go back-to-back here. Stevenson, he's hitting .286 with 3 home runs in the last 2 weeks against right-handed pitching. Also has an 8.7% barrel rate, one of the better season-long percentages for the Cincinnati Reds. So I'm going to take Tyler Stevenson for a home run here at plus 850. I'm also going to look at, for the Padres here, Fernando Tatis Jr. at plus 400, hitting .382 with 4 home runs against righties in the last 2 weeks. And Zach Eflin, while he does have solid numbers, he's been a lot better at home at the Trop, and that's not going to help him here, where he's at Petco, has a 5.53 ERA on the road this season, 5 home runs allowed in that stretch as well. So give me Fernando Tatis Jr. at plus 400. I'm also going to look at Juan Soto at plus 375. Decent career numbers against Zach Eflin from his Nationals versus Phillies days. Soto hitting .478 with 4 extra base hits and a pair of home runs in his career against Eflin. Now, normally I do this a little bit earlier in the show, sort of break away from it, but I wanted to wait until this part of the show to highlight this, because if you followed the home run prop show, you guys know what I'd like to say at this point. The obvious point of this home run prop show is to put you guys on some free winners when it comes to betting home run props and putting some money in your pockets. But it's also to highlight the benefits of using these betting tools at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Place. The betting tools at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Place, they are free. They're there for you to use. And they do a lot of the heavy lifting for you when you're trying to do research into your betting for the day's action, especially with home run props. They show you the player prop, they show you how often the player prop hits, and they also show you where you can find the best possible price. The nice thing is if you don't have an account with the book that's giving you the best possible price, you click on the link, you sign up, and you get a sportsbook bonus offer on us. You get to play that best possible price with that bonus offer, but you also get to add to your advantage over the books, which is one they can't take away from you, which is your ability to shop lines and find the best possible number, the best possible price. Now, all these graphics that we use for this home run prop show come directly from those betting tools at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Place, and this is a prime example of what I'm talking about. You could see here, the price for, total hits, to hit a home run or total bases. You can find them all at one book. But another book is giving you the best price on total RBIs, which is definitely, something that if that's what you're into betting, it's going to show you which book is giving you the best price of the ones that, are available in your area. So if you click, near the top of the page, you can see sort of where the, you can click on your state or province if you're in Canada, and it'll show you which book is giving you that best price. And like I said, you can find a way to play it. There's also other tools on there for you. If you like betting streaks, hot and cold streaks, there's a streaks tool there. If you like betting parlays, there's parlay builders, multiple parlay builders, profitable teams and angles. Like I said, I could do a show every single day for an hour or two on the day's action, just showing you and using these betting tools to find you guys winners. But I think it's better if you just go over and explore these tools yourselves, use them yourselves, because I can promise you, you won't regret it. They will make you a ton of money while you're using them. But let's get back into the home run prop action for Saturday. Only a few more games to look at here. We're going to look at this matchup between the Red Sox and the Yankees. I'm going to go with Justin Turner for a home run at plus 600. He had a monster day at the dish on Friday. I look for him to keep it going here, hitting .300 with 5 extra base hits in the last 2 weeks against righties. Clark Schmidt pitched better as of late, but he's still a pitcher I don't love backing. And Turner does have the hot hand after Friday. Schmidt's allowing a 9.5% barrel rate. So give me Justin Turner at plus 600. Also going to look at Rafael Devers at plus 425. Has 4 home runs against righties in the last 2 weeks. Devers also has a 13.8% barrel rate at the dish this season. So give me Rafael Devers at plus 425. And I'm also going to look at Tristan Casas at plus 575. Also has a home run off of Clark Schmidt in his career. Also batting .278 against righties in the last 2 weeks with 5 extra base hits. I finally get a price on Tristan Casas and I'm able to play him. So I'm going to do that here at Tristan Casas at plus 575. And no one really stood out for the Yankees for me, as I don't love the way this offense has looked without Aaron Judge. Once he comes back, maybe we'll start looking at him again, but I don't know, this offense has just felt anemic for the Yankees over the last week, so nothing really standing out for me there. Now we're going to go to our last couple of games. The first one, we're going to look at the Dodgers and Giants. I like a trio of Dodgers here. I'm going to first start with Freddie Freeman at plus 480. He's hitting .438 with 3 home runs in the last 2 weeks against lefties. Gets a favorable matchup here against Alex Wood, who is making his return to the Giants lineup after a 2-week absence. Now, Freddie Freeman, he's crushing lefties. I look for him to welcome Wood back with a dinger, considering he's done it twice off of Wood already in his career. So give me Freddie Freeman at plus 480. I'm also going to look at Mookie Betts for a home run at plus 390. This might be my favorite play on the board, if I'm being honest. He's hitting .444 with lefties, against lefties with a pair of home runs in the last 2 weeks. But in his career against Alex Wood, Betts is hitting .450 with 5 extra base hits, including 3 home runs. So give me Mookie Betts for a home run at plus 390. I'm also going to look at Chris Taylor for a home run at plus 500. Only hitting 4 for 17 in his career against Alex Wood, but all 4 hits have gone for extra bases, including a home run. So give me Chris Taylor for a homer at plus 500. And our last couple plays, we're going to look at this matchup between the Guardians and the Diamondbacks. For the Guardians, we're going to go back to, for the Diamondbacks, we're going to go back to Corbin Carroll at plus 375. Now, you can call me a glutton for punishment, but I'm going back to Carroll. He's hitting .438 with 5 extra base hits in the last week against righties, including a home run. Now, Shane Bieber getting the call for the Guardians here, and Bieber hasn't given up a ton of barrels this year, but he has given up a ton of hard contact, and his last 4 home runs allowed have all come on the road. So I'm going to go with Corbin Carroll for a home run at plus 375. And for our last play of the day, I'm going to go with Josh Naylor at plus 650. This one's a gut feeling play for me to close this one out. Naylor, he's got a 10.3% barrel rate this season. Tommy Henry, he's been a home run magnet. He's given up a home run in 5 of his last 6 starts and 8 over that 6-start span. Also has an 8.9% barrel rate allowed this season. So give me Josh Naylor for a home run at plus 650 to close things out. But we'll take a look at the home run props that we did give out for Saturday's action. We started things off with Bo Bichette in this matchup against the Texas Rangers. Bo Bichette going off at plus 550. Also had Corey Seager for a home run for the Rangers at plus 350. Leody Taveras for the Rangers at plus 750. For the Marlins, went with Jorge Soler at plus 280. Also lean towards Luis Arraez, just with how well he's hitting the ball right now. Going to go for the Nationals, Stone Garrett at plus 450. For the Phillies, you're going to go with Bryson Stott at plus 800. I love the value on Bryson Stott here. I'm also going to look at Kyle Schwarber at plus 220. Tommy Pham for the Mets at plus 540. Also for the Mets, Starling Marte at plus 540. For the Cardinals, Nolan Arenado at plus 450. For the Pittsburgh Pirates, Ke'Bryan Hayes at plus 700. Also for the Pirates, Rodolfo Castro at plus 540. And for the Pirates as well, Carlos Santana at plus 600. For the Brewers, leans towards Willy Adames and Joey Wiemer. Not loving the Brewers in that matchup, but I would lean towards them. For the Rockies, Ryan McMahon at plus 420. And Nolan Jones at plus 480. Also, like I said, I think it's a catalog spot where you can make a case for any Atlanta Braves bat in that lineup today. If you want to hear my thoughts on it, just go back to the Rockies and Braves segment, and we'll get that covered for you there. But for the Angels, are going to go with Shohei Ohtani as a standalone play. Also like Mickey Moniak if he ends up getting the nod, but again, couldn't find a price on Moniak, so take that for what it's worth. Also like Elly De La Cruz for the Reds here at plus 540. For the Reds as well, I like Tyler Stevenson at plus 850. Great value on Stevenson there as well. For the San Diego Padres, we're going to go with Fernando Tatis Jr. at plus 400. Also going to look at Juan Soto at plus 375. For the Red Sox, Justin Turner at plus 600. Rafael Devers at plus 425. And Tristan Casas at plus 575. Now, again, no one really stood out for me for the Yankees in that game. I know probably a lot of people are going to ask, what about the Yankees? Yeah, no one stood out for me really in that game. The last few we're going to look at for the Dodgers, Freddie Freeman at plus 480. Also for the Dodgers, Mookie Betts at plus 390. And Chris Taylor at plus 500. For the Diamondbacks, Corbin Carroll at plus 375. And Josh Naylor for Guardians at plus 650. But thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. Over 132,000 subscribers here on our YouTube channel. So thank you guys so much for that. Couldn't have done this without your guys' love and support. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and hit that thumbs up. It helps us out a ton. It lets us know that you guys like this content. It lets me know that you guys like the home run prop content that we're doing as well. And also make sure you have notifications turned on. Again, I try to get these videos out as early as possible. Try to leave as much time for you guys to get these plays in. Between when the video is released and when first pitch of the first game is. Sometimes we have to wait for the prices to come out. Sometimes we get late information. And also sometimes we just can't wait any longer. So if you have notifications turned on, you get the notification the video has been released, and as soon as it drops, you get to get the plays in, get those best possible prices, get to make you some money. If you're looking for my best bets, again, you can find those at Pickdawgz Premium. And while you're at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Plays, I implore everyone, please check out these betting tools. I can promise you, you will not regret it. They are 100% free. You're not going to find betting tools this in-depth anywhere, especially for 100% free. You know, they're there for you to use. So make sure you check them out. They'll do the heavy lifting for you, and they'll make you a ton of money while you're doing it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. Let's crush the books on Saturday.